It's December 31st.
Are we 20?
Oh my gosh.
No. 나는 후드가 있어.
No, but you are wearing Nikes. Oh my gosh. Anyways, here we are. Last podcast of 2024 and in person.
Yeah.
So, this was not planned, but since we are here in person, we thought we would record something and wrap this year.
I even did my makeup.
Thank
Somebody
you.
forced me
Appreciate. I mean, I was like, can you just 정리해? So here we are. As some of you guys may know from our Instagram post, Jihye surprised me here in Texas. But we were originally supposed to meet, but then you like took a red eye and bumped up the time, so it was still a surprise. So, anyways, all that is to say is here we are.
Yeah.
And then you're leaving back to Seattle, then to Korea in like 2 hours.
Correct.
So, and there's like a gazillion children there. It's like basically childcare right now.
I don't know how you do it.
iPads. Anyways, so we have some notes on what questions we're going to address today. Okay? Oh, announcement. Okay, announcement. We're all over the place because also like this is not our first in-person podcast, but we have many failed attempts from long time ago.
We've recorded so many.
Yes, but this is our first one that we will be publishing. So some of you guys were asking about camps and skincare in Korea. First of all, like you guys are really early planners because I'm just trying to plan like what I'm gonna do tomorrow. But you guys are booking your flights to Korea, trying to figure out childcare. So thank you for those of you who've been very patient about this. Do you want to talk about?
Yeah, no, I just, we debated a lot about whether we should provide camp resources this year because, our brand, we're thinking about our brand, is it clear what we're trying to do here? And we came to the conclusion that it is. We started off Omma Nora by trying to provide resources like camps so that when moms came to Korea, they had their free time, to do skincare, to explore Korea. And so with that being said, there's a couple partners that we have, and even the ones that, I just know the founder, like we want to amplify and elevate other camps that we may not be necessarily partnered with, but we want to recommend really good resources for you all. So we will provide like a post of the top 3 that we like. Some of them are our partners, some of them are not. And those are the ones that are vetted. And hopefully that provides an outlet for you guys to all really enjoy Korea this summer.
Yeah, so we'll post shortly about camps and then as well as skincare because, again, I know there's so many options out there and the children are being very loud.
No, they're cute.
But again, these are places that I've been to, Jihye has been to, our friends have been to, and there's a whole range of clinics. If you know clinics that you really recommend, like send them over to us. Maybe we could help book. But just to be transparent, we do make a small cut from some of the places that we book, but it's honestly very minimal. I don't know. We joke around. We're like, are we a nonprofit? Like, we're not a nonprofit. We're trying to make profit. But all that is to say, we do it because like our heart is to create resources for you guys, but also in order for us to be able to function and operate and logistically book, a small fee does help us maintain that. But I will say one thing is I've never really done a great job promoting our camps and skincare because it always feels like, I don't know, I just feel like a used car dealer salesperson sometimes. And I don't want to take advantage of our community or the platform, but I do realize that I have to do a better job at like talking about what we do provide. So I will be doing that more. Anyway, so that's the update that camps and skincare, if you're coming to Korea this summer of 2025, we will be booking camps. We will be recommending our top 3 camps as well as skincare clinics. So follow us and we'll provide more information. I just realized because, usually when we do the short reel on Instagram, we like do one.
Oh, yeah.
Now we're going to be like side by side. Anyways.
좋은 거야?
I also realized that you're not bad at talking to yourself in the camera.
What are you talking about?
Like, usually when we are recording, we're looking at each other, but you were like making eye contact, and maybe Chia needs to be more content creator forward. I don't know.
No, I think it's live. Live is better because when it's there, on.
And also, a lot of people have told me they're like, "Oh, we really like Chia's voice. It's so deep." And I'm like, "What about my voice?"
또 시작이야. Always, what about me?
And we're like,
Thank
"Oh,
you,
Chia's
everybody.
so charismatic." I'm like,
Thank you.
"I understand, but what about me?"
Thank you. Thank
Okay,
you for
so
loving
I
me.
just want to say I understand you see her value, but don't forget about me. Anyways, I'm totally kidding. All is love. I'm all about love. Anyways, so what was 2024 like for you, Chia?
For me,
Yeah, wrap it up.
it was the first half was very fun. The second half, I think, was a little bit hard. And I come to realize how hard it has been in the past couple of days. So really quickly, I think 2024 beginning, I was able to travel a lot. I went to Thailand, just explored all of Southeast Asia basically with family and friends. And of course made some many trips to see your little Gungdang. But the latter half, my third was in a hospital for 6 weeks with a condition that nobody could figure out. And, she was going through a lot of pain. And, as you call it, very high functioning mode Jihye was there, which is kind of emotionless, but, get stuff done and make sure that the kid is going to survive. So with that, there was not a lot of touch points with even David, which is my husband. Thank God for friends and people that kind of connected here and there, but it was really hard because I was with a kid all day long. With that being said, everything started to fall into place the last month, and she's getting a lot better, and now she's completely off of her steroids. So I'm really grateful for that, and I started therapy because just so that in my perspective is a preventative mechanism for me to make sure that I am addressing things and processing things in light of the hardships that I'm going through. But at the same time, it's been really good because it's opening my eyes to things that I can work on to make myself a better Jihye, a better version of myself. So yeah, that's kind of my update for 2024. What about you?
Nice. Oh gosh, 2024 feels so long. 2024, I was in the Bay Area half the time, and then the other half I've been in Texas. So I think that the first half was a lot of kind of last times, right? Last time I will go to San Francisco. Last time I will go to Napa. Last time I will see my friends, and last time I will see my coworkers of my old job. And it was a lot of last times. And then kind of preparing for this move and then moving. And then, so it's pretty much split in half because I moved here in June, like end of June. And I think the last half has been both really freeing because it's my first time not being in a traditional 9 to 5 job. And it has allowed us to go all in and dive deep and committedly into our super band, Make It Skin, bandage company, as well as freelancing. I'm a designer, so doing those things. But I think socially it has been like in anything, when you're in a new environment, there's going to be challenges. And so I think that has been challenging. And not in a way that I'm like suffering, but I think, people have told me wow, you adapt so fast, so well. And I do. I'm borrowing your words, I'm a high functioning adapter. I will go and I will get plugged in, I will, but I'm constantly longing for a close-knit community, people that I could just see and be like, oh, that's my person, oh, that's my crew, And I think during the holidays especially, it felt like my parents were supposed to come and then they couldn't in the last minute, so all of a sudden it became kind of 허전해, the schedule became 허전해. And then you just see people having white elephant things, and we it was just the 5 of us, we're so it felt a little lonely at the end, but not in a I'm suffering, but in a way that is motivating for me to put in more effort and intention in getting to know people at a deeper level. So I would say the first half was saying goodbyes. Now it's kind of like, okay, we're here. We're here to stay. What are we doing in our lives? And also trying to focus my mind to do this thing, like build it. I mean, I don't know. It makes me think about like sometimes in Instagram, everybody else seems a lot more successful than like where you're at. But it's, I'm making, oh my God!
왜?
cut it.
아니 근데
No.
왜? 아니 말해.
I think it's just more like it's a struggle right now. There's a struggle with just our businesses and don't worry, I'm not gonna. Yeah, it's fine. But so I think it's just more to say that like, hey, like not. I think sometimes there's this feeling of like end of the year, oh, what have I accomplished? Oh, everyone's like celebrate, everyone is like spending time with loved one. And then sometimes we get into this mode of like comparing. But I think it's just more to say like, hey, like we're literally starting a business and we just did our financials and I don't know, I just want to say like, hey, I mean, not that anyone is accusing us to be like these like rich nalaris or anything like that. But if there's a struggle that you or your family going through financial, like I understand and we understand as business owners like what it's like to just like with faith, just like trying and jumping in to try something new. So yeah, I think the end of the year there's been a lot of reflection of that. Oh, what have I done with in the last 6 months here with friendships or business, and what are we like John and I as a family, how are we gonna get through 2025? Will it be a struggling year or will it be like where things pick up? Like, so there's a lot of thought, but I think it's more like motivation, feed that all into motivation to work hard. So I don't know if that makes any sense, but anyways,
No,
if it doesn't, it's okay. Yeah.
No, it makes a lot of sense.
But yeah, so that was 2024. It was a lot. It was a lot going on. I feel like 2023 was much easier because 2023 was when we literally all got out of COVID. And
also, we turned 40.
And we turned 40, so we just went like berserk.
맞아.
Yeah. Hey, 2025. You want me to go first?
Yeah, go.
Okay. So 2025, I mean, yeah, so the lead up, 2024 was like that. 2025, what are we gonna look forward to?
You personally.
Me personally.
Yeah.
I think personally, I really want to deepen my friendships here in Texas. And then I think that professional career, personal, like my journey of what I do, I've always worked for a company, a museum, an agency, doing like design and branding, and this is the first time we're kind of growing it. And so there's aspects of this like that I'm like, oh, I don't know, I've never done that, but like I have a gut instinct, like I understand my so my sense, my gut instinct of where we should go with things. So I think for me personally, 2025 is in challenging myself to be more confident in doing what we're doing with Make It Skin Super Band, but also the big part is in understanding that I will fail and I will make mistakes, but not being so like hard on myself.
Absolutely.
When I make the mistakes. So I think that's the part. And I don't know, for context, that's just like my biggest thing. Like I think all of us, we're gonna be so hard on ourselves. So yeah, but I think part of this whole venture, right, is in being okay with mistakes.
Absolutely.
But pivoting and learning fast and not being too prideful and just kind of going for it. So yeah, so socially it's like making friends, and then second is kind of growing as a co-founder, as a branding person, as a growing in marketing, kind of learning a lot of that. And then I really want to go to Europe.
언제 갈까?
Yeah.
Should we book our tickets now?
I can't say anything. I can't say anything to her. She'll be like, I'm on it, you know? So anyways, but if hey, we gotta work hard.
Absolutely.
그냥 놀고 자빠지면 안 돼, 지금.
아니, 그러니까 모든 것을 열심히.
포커스해.
그러니까 이번 해는 많이 놀았으니까 2023, 2024 I actually played a lot. I did.
You did.
And 2025 for me, I'm gonna move into myself.
Okay. Okay, now Jihye.
Oh, my turn. Is that I'm gonna work really, really hard. Like I used to work really, really hard, and I still do, but it has been a little bit of a sabbatical couple of years, which I'm really grateful for.
By the way, do people not in like church ministry use the word sabbatical?
Yeah.
Like professors?
No, I think even outside of church too, and outside of the.
I just gotta say, you're the only person I've heard that uses the word "I'm gonna need a sabbatical."
No. Comment if you've heard the word sabbatical in other company contexts. Absolutely.
Like they take a leave of absence.
No. They call it a sabbatical. There's other companies that actually.
But Jihye started using it as like her 40th. Like my 40th is coming up next year, and I got all these friends turning 40, and I'm just gonna say I'm gonna take a year sabbatical. I'm like, nobody says that. But hey,
to each their own.
yeah.
But yeah, I think for me, so I was alluding to another situation in 2025 that's I think gonna rock my world. And it's that my mom needs a liver transplant, and I happen to be a match. And so I'm going to be giving her 70% of my liver, which actually regenerates. So thank God for that. In May, which is kind of when my birthday is. So
and your mom's in Korea.
My mom is in Korea, so we'll have the procedure done then. But I think it's going to impact the whole year because prior to the surgery, I can't drink. After surgery, I can't drink and cannot travel. So I am probably going to learn a different side of myself, which I'm exploring. The biggest word that comes to mind, and I always use this word, but I don't think I've ever really lived it out, is balance.
Balance?
Balance. And I don't know what that really means, but I'm really going to go hard on trying to understand that concept, apply it to my life. And it was funny. I was just telling you earlier about what's the difference between balance and being lukewarm. And I'm a very intense person.
It's weird because I don't see those two at all. Like I don't know where you would like.
Because extremes are passion. Like it's intensity this way or intensity yes.
So you
no.
feel like balance is lukewarm,
like lukewarm
and lukewarm is like.
But one thing I was looking up, I was Googling GTSing it, and it was like, lazy, or not lazy.
People don't know GT.
Lazy. Balance is not lazy. Balance is not lazy.
Subconsciously 다 나와버렸어.
그러니까. But
GTS is Google that shit.
Oh yeah, she taught me that because I struggle there. But anyway, so yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna try to figure it out. I'm gonna try to be more communicative of like the things that I feel at that moment, which I'm not really good at, but work in progress. And the idea behind all of this and balance is that I've always been the type that wanted to work on my strengths because the strengths is something that I can do and it makes me powerful. It makes me feel more powerful. Weaknesses, I never thought it was something that I need to work on because it's never gonna get better in my perspective. There's no impact there. I don't have an interest there. Like that's why that's an.
And you're all about efficiency.
맞아.
So it is like inefficient in your mind to work on the weaknesses,
right.
Whereas with the same amount of time you could pour into your strengths
yeah.
and then amplify it more. I mean that's all about the Strength Finder book.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So I mean it's polarizing me to who I am today, which I'm still grateful for. But I think it's okay to start working on my weaknesses. So that I can find balance.
What are some of your weaknesses that you want to work on?
I mean, emotions being one of them. Mm-hmm. Like allowing myself to feel and not be so headstrong about my feelings and controlling them that way, but feel and know that and practicing that I can reel myself back out of these extreme emotions. Like you just cried and now you're like back to normal. I don't know if I start crying, I think I'm like, I'll go
shut it down. Take the airplane down.
Yeah.
Cancel all flights.
Yeah. So yeah, I think those are some of the things I want to work on.
I mean, I think people who have known you understand that. but like some of our audiences may not know you personally or have seen enough of you to understand that. But I think that hopefully, even so, a lot of people could still relate. I mean, for context, Jihye is you're a very intense person. We're both intense, but I'm like malang malang intense. I'm like high empath, high emotion and intense, and you're like intense in terms of like you're either in complete rest mode, inaccessible via phone because you forgot to charge your phone and you like are sleeping in deep sleep and just like unplugged, or you're like 200%, right? But I think in context, for those of you who are like, what's she talking about, to understand is that if Jia's most biggest fear is small talk and not like hot or cold conversations. Like,
How's the weather?
yeah,
I'm like, I don't know, look outside.
like you're so, yeah. So anyways, all that's to say, like, kudos to you going to therapy and,
Yeah.
you know, you're probably like the best therapy student.
나는 학생으로서는 진짜 excelled. You teach me something, I will execute and understand, learn.
I have done all my assignments. And I have brought questions. You know?
맞아.
That's good. How are you feeling about like the upcoming surgery and this whole, you know, kind of.
Yeah, no, I mean, right now at this moment, it's a relief that I am the match because it's cost so much money, out of pocket expenses for this surgery. But I'm just glad that I am that path forward. I think there's some realizations about my mom. I know she really didn't want to share any of this with me. So there's this misunderstanding that I have with my mom that why wouldn't you share this with me? Why do you think
Korean mentality?
Yeah, exactly. But I'm like, of course I would give you my liver, and of course I would expect my daughters to give me their livers. You know, if my
better be fighting to give.
I have three of them, yeah.
내가 줄 거야. 내가 줄 거야.
그렇게 할 거야. No, but like you know, I think the generation before us, they really want to keep everything like. You know,
덮어.
yeah, 덮어. Don't want to burden. And I think my emos, my samchuns, they're all coming at me saying like, "Oh my God, thank you." And I'm like, "Of course." So it's a very interesting.
Like, would they have given?
No,
You know, it's like you makes me right. We're not gonna go there, but
they're too old. First of all,
그렇지, yeah, disqualified. Yeah.
Disqualified.
Yeah.
But yeah, and other than that, I'm always on a grateful side, but I do think like I'm so happy that this is it. So now, like, I know we were talking about right before you go under, it could be very like, oh, am I gonna see them again? So I don't know what that's gonna feel like or look like.
Yeah, it gets a little scary right before you go into like general anesthesia. I don't know why. You just, and then when you wake up, you might feel like, I've never gotten that surgery. I've gotten a very different surgery. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I mean, I did have the audacity. I think the nurse coordinator thing, I'm hilarious because the first thing I was like,
this is in Korea, by the way.
In Korea, it's like, oh, so I like drinking. I don't really overdrink, but I like the 분위기 of drinking with my friends and just, you know, it opens people up, you know. But I just said, oh, 그럼 술은, and she just started cracking up. She's like, oh, you know, in moderation before.
She's probably like, who this ajumma with 3 kids who's
yeah.
like about to give Khan, and she's like,
저 술은. Very important question though, you know, I have to understand the deets. And then the second question was like, while you're there, can you just 제거해 some of my skin, like tummy tuck it? And she was like, no, basically. But I was like, 그래도 부탁할게요.
Like,
알아봐 주세요. And so I'm still waiting, but it's probably gonna be.
I wonder if they log that on their like doctor's notes. 환자분께서 터미턱 그 제한, you know. 여쭤보신.
You know, it's about persistence, my friend. So I'm gonna continue to press on and try to maximize.
And they were also like, 이 weight, 이 유지하셔야 돼요. They were like, you have to maintain your weight. Like, please do not lose any weight.
Because the size of the liver also does shrink and increase little bits, but I was like,
it was like the first time you were like affirmed that your size is perfect. Do you know what I mean?
What which is never.
But then it's even funnier because what did you tell her?
I was like, oh, 근데 you're telling me to eat right. You're telling me
Not drink.
Not drink. I was like, and exercise and be healthy. I was like, I'm gonna naturally be so skinny.
And she was like, "Correct."
What do you mean? Doesn't make any sense. Oh,
It's just funny. You're like concerned of like, I'm gonna become so skinny.
I know. Like next year at this time, what if they don't recognize me? 그리고 나 이제 34가 아니고 24로 내려가면 어떡해.
미친년.
Anyway, I joke.
Yeah, 2025. Good luck on your surgery.
Yeah. And then podcast 많이 해야지, 그지?
그치. 나는 그냥 배 째고서도
당연히 해야지. 나 슈퍼밴도 여기 다 붙여놓을 거야. 슈퍼밴, like, make show that it's like a super, literally super product, super band.
Well, it's a big thing. So, but an honor, you know?
Yeah.
Who could say that they literally are saving their parent,
That's true.
parent's life.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that's our update.
It's been a while, huh?
Yeah. Anything else?
No, I don't think so. What about you?
I mean, I one goal is like I really want to grow a Manora account.
Yeah, can you help, please? Everybody help us. Help us help you. Help us.
Some people are like, I don't know. I mean, I wonder if some people, no one is thinking about Oma Nora other than me and you, really. But sometimes I'm like, I wonder if people wonder if this is an account where I purposely don't want to grow it, or if I'm like, I desire to grow it. I'm like, no, I want brand sponsorships, guys.
No, but honestly, we talked about this.
Hi, Clara.
Again, in light of trying to think about Oma Nora account and like what we're really trying to do, and I know you guys have heard this many times, but to boil it down, it's like really three things. And I even though you say you want to grow it, and for me, it's not about growth in numbers, it really is growth in people. So what I mean by that is like if it reaches one person that can be inspired or encouraged, that brings me so much joy, and that's why we are doing Oma Nora. So that and just us being authentic, I think is very important, because that again inspires, encourages others to be authentic, and by doing so, I think real relationships can form.
I wonder if people understand that we are about inspire and encourage.
Why?
내가 그냥 I'm just dancing and
No, you inspired and encouraged me to be a K-pop star, a 41-year-old K-pop star. You know what I mean? Like,
well, in case it wasn't clear, that is our heart.
Yeah. Like to inspire, encourage, to make laugh, to see the sweeter side of life.
Okay, it's funny because like I recently posted that like snowboarding advice one, and it was a little bit tongue in cheek of like, hey, if you're over 40, you're trying to snowboard, like don't do it.
Yeah.
Because I've been snowboarding for 20 years and my bones hurt. Like,
but it's not even just don't do it. You're saying don't do it, but if you're gonna do it,
so I think that's the
change it
part.
away.
The reason I'm bringing that up is because it's kind of going viral, and that's not always like fantastic. Like viral doesn't mean I'm grateful, but it doesn't mean I'm gonna gain like followers necessarily. But this is the one that's bringing on a lot of like weird comments, and people are like, "Oh, how dare you say that about older age people?" And I'm like, maybe they think I'm so young, but I'm like, I am the older age person.
I'm telling you, we look 34.
But it's like it's bringing up a lot of people who are like, age doesn't matter, you should do whatever you want to do. I'm like, yeah, that is all that we talk about. Why did I start this account at age 40 and I'm like doing K-pop dances and embarrassing myself and all of that? But obviously I can't control the wide internet audience. But all that is to say is, if it wasn't clear, that is what we're here to do. And I hope that we could be more intentional about that, and whether it's like
creating a business together,
starting something at this age. And I mean, we have, just to share a little bit more about Make It Skin, we started it with an idea and a product, and we just started cold calling our favorite manufacturers in Korea, and then we just introduced ourselves and we created a business and we just started knocking on doors, and then we created a product, and I designed it, and you sought out all those manufacturers, and here we are. So even that, I hope that is encouraging and inspiring to you wherever you're at. And even down to silly, like, get ready with me videos. Like, what business do I have to, who cares how I'm getting ready? But why not, you know?
I mean, the one where you get ready with me, the snowboarding one, I was like, not me. I would never put on makeup before going to skiing.
Or running, you would never?
No.
I'm
never.
like, why not?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I appreciate that because I would never know that people would do that. But now I do.
Okay, I'm really curious if I'm the majority or you're the majority.
I'm the majority.
You really think so?
I feel like maybe it's 50-50.
No, I'm sure you're the majority.
Could
Even
you,
after
could you?
I had babies, when I was home and not meeting anybody,
You put on makeup.
like not full, but like I would still draw just a little eyeliner because it made me feel good.
I mean, I just recently learned how to do eyeliner, so
Yeah.
there's no way I could have done that before. But even now, and you know what it is because I'm scared that it's gonna, I mean, it still does, like it smears. Or like you don't know what you look like.
What do you mean you don't
I
know?
mean, okay, I'm not really used to looking at myself in the mirror, but I'm,
Oh, so you just go about a whole day not
그치.
check, like you're actually smearing a little bit right now. 약간
그러니까 무슨 말인지 알겠지? That's what I'm saying. Like those types of things, like I would rather.
I can't believe you use this camera as a
No, but I'm saying like you know, like when you're like skiing or snowboarding,
Yeah.
you're definitely not gonna be able to go to a mirror.
Yeah.
Then I'm not gonna put something on my face, only to know that I might be looking worse with smeared makeup.
Never
than
thought of that.
그러니까 that's the mindset. It's only when I go out or I want to look and feel beautiful.
That's
and
every day for
And when
me.
you told me to come down before doing this podcast,
I was like, oh, we're gonna record. Can you go get ready?
I was like, I am ready. She's like, if that's really what you want to do, and then that's
And
how
I
we're
was like,
saying
hey, I
go.
accept it.
Yeah, but you
Don't get me wrong.
I
I'm not
know,
like, babe,
I know,
I'm
I
not
know.
like,
No.
I cannot be friends who don't do makeup.
like
You-
then we would have never been friends because I
그렇지.
never did makeup
Yeah.
before.
Your battery is dying.
I know
Yeah.
because I never charge anything.
Yeah. So, well, maybe that's a cue for us to wrap it up. This year, we're gonna do more of our story on like behind the scenes on how we're building a business. It might be a deep dive on what it's like to be a liver donor.
No, there's the people that I like now start following
Yeah.
because they're talking about their
Yeah.
process,
Yeah.
and the dynamic between whoever the
How it
recipient.
changes?
Yeah, so I already see me and my mom changing because I told you like a couple days ago, my mom just called
You
me.
guys are
randomly.
not the like chit chat type.
No, me definitely no chit chat, right?
Yeah.
And then mom was just like on the phone. I was like, so what else do you want to talk about? She's like, oh, I was just seeing how you're doing. And I was like, oh,
Oh,
잠깐만. So we're having
time
like I can. Yeah, it was kind of awkward, but you know, it's okay. Like it's
No,
never
you
too
were
late.
like 지금 대화하려고.
그래 지금 우리 대화하는 거야? And
She was like, and then you're like,
awkward laugh. But you know, I think it's never too late to try to salvage whatever relationship, and to understand. Like I think she's really grateful. My mom is so grateful. My dad can't stop crying, and I'm just like, oh my god, like please keep it together. I am in a high functioning mode right now.
that's why she signed up for therapy.
Yeah.
Just in case something unravels.
그렇지. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's that.
Well, good. And then other content.
그냥 you do you. Like bring joy into people's lives and.
Well, yeah, that's it. Okay, well, by 2024, we hope 2025 is gonna be a 대박 나는 year.